information overnight in those devastating wildfires in Hawaii. This morning, officials confirm at least 36 people died as those flames tore through the community of Lahaina.
So let's go ahead and bring in Mike Cherry now with the very latest on this developing story.
Yeah, so that information was posted on the Maui County website last night. Also mentions that dozens more injured, some critically, but the fires are still burning. So crews still have not had time to go through all of that destroyed homes and businesses in that historic town. Firefighters are taking advantage of calmer winds right now to try and stop the flames across western Maui. Officials say at least 271 structures have been damaged or destroyed. Meanwhile, thousands of residents and tourists are spending the night at emergency shelters or even in their cars because they've got nowhere else to go.
You know, we are so heartbroken, and we are just so deeply saddened by the tragedy on Maui, especially for individuals who lost family members, friends. They continue to have assessments, and they are continuing to do search and rescue. This is a really tragic moment for not just the Maui County, not just for the people of Maui, but it's for the entire state.
And airlines are helping getting people out. Last night, first planes arriving from Maui landed at Sacramento International Airport. Many of the passengers were told to evacuate the island in the middle of the night. One man tells us that he helped build commercial structures in Lahaina and says all of them are burned to the ground.
It's tragic. I mean, the Pioneer Inn, the oldest hotel there in Lahaina, will never be rebuilt. I mean, it's never going to be the same as it was. So it's pretty tragic for Hawaii.
Monday our power went out, and then Tuesday we woke up to seeing like just smoke and fire everywhere. We thought it was contained, but then it must have jumped the highway and it got really close.
About midnight last night, they told us, hey, be ready to evacuate. About 3 a.m. we got evacuated.
Now, the Hawaiian Department of Defense did work through the evening to restore communications, distribute water, and bring in more law enforcement as well. And one of the big attention grabbers yesterday was the news that people were jumping into the ocean just to escape the fire. Coast Guard says it pulled 14 people out of the water, including 2 children. And, you know, I know we didn't show that video, but it's circulating all across social media. If you see some of those videos out there, there are people literally driving through just walls of flames. And some of their vehicles just stalled out, or they were trapped and they had no idea where to go.
You get disoriented, too, because 100%. You're surrounded by smoke and flames, and we've seen that here in horrible wildfires in California. I had a question. You may not know, but Mike Cherry, you grew up on the island of Maui. You spent most of your life there. As a matter of fact. You used to work for a news station there too. What I was wondering is, what is their wildfire department, or do they have like a CAL FIRE like we have here?
No, there isn't a CAL FIRE. A lot of the fire stations are very well trained. They actually get trained by a lot of folks in California to fight wildfires. And, you know, a lot of folks will think, well, I can't believe there are wildfires in Hawaii. But there are dry aspects of every island. The entire island chain has a wet side and a dry side. And the west side of Maui, as well as the south shores, those tend to look like, if you went there during this time, if you've never been to Hawaii, if you went there during this time, you'd see the grass the same color as the grass that we see in a lot of parts around here. It's just going to be not discolored, and you know, you may never have thought about that.
Your mom's on the other side of the island, and what is life like there right now?
You know, we were just talking about that a little bit ago. For the most part, a lot of folks are just kind of going about their day to day. Not that they're not thinking about what happened, but relatively unaffected, because this is about a 50 square mile island. So even in a place like Lahaina, even though it feels like it's a stone's throw away, there's some distance as well. So some folks are going about their daily business, but a lot of that now is going to be including trying to get in touch with family members and friends and organizing drives.
Well, it's good to know your family's okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
It is 6:07 right now. Hawaii native President Barack Obama tweeted about the fires last night, saying it is tough to see some of the images coming out of Hawaii, a place that's so special to so many of us. Michelle and I are thinking of everyone who has lost a loved one or whose life has been turned upside down. He included a link to donate to the Hawaii Community Foundation.